It's loading. Yeah. So we are on YouTube. Let's start. Good afternoon, YouTube. We are here for another English immersion. The topic of today is keep screens out of bed. My name is Warley, but before the introductions and to start the conversation, I would like to just explain a little bit about the platform so you that are on YouTube can understand all this idea and what is an immersion like that. So, Talk and Talk is a platform. It's a conversation platform for beginner, intermediate, or advanced speakers. So it's not really important your level on the language. The conversations are for all levels, okay? And the main point here is that's not a regular class. So I'm not an English teacher or a language teacher at all. So I'm here to improve and to learn with you as well, but you will learn by practice in a real environment. And in this kind of immersion, you will develop your fluency and main your confidence as an English speaker in this case. Okay, so that's the most important idea here. Besides English, we have a lot of other language like Spanish, French, Italian, Mandarin, and German, I guess. So we have a lot of other language, and you can see that on Talk and Talk website. Okay. So, starting with the presentations. My name is Warley. I'm 25. I live in Recife, Pernambuco. I work with IT as a front-end developer, and I'm English and Spanish host here on Talk and Talk. So I have started here as a Spanish host in 2022. And nowadays I'm focused more on developing my English skills. So that's the main idea about me, okay? Pedrito, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. So my name is Pedrito Souza. I am 36 years old. I'm living in Santa Maria, Rio Grande do Sul. I'm married and I have a daughter. She's 9 years old. I'm a DevOps engineer, as IT guy too. And in my free time, I like to enjoy with my family and uh, study more English and other courses.
Amazing, amazing. And how about you, Julian? Can you talk a little bit about you for us?
Of course. Uh, Good evening, guys. Good evening, guys, from YouTube. My name is Juliano. I am 21 years old. I study science and technology in UFBC, and I live in São Bernardo do Campo. My hobbies are reading. I like to read manhwas, just manhwas, mangas, things like that. And I like to listen music, listen podcasts, and I like to work out in the gym. So I try go maybe 2 or 3 days a week. And I like to go to the beach because I really like the weather there. So I think that's all about me.
Nice, nice. And how about you, Abe? Can you introduce yourself, please? I think you are talking, you are muted
Sure.
right now.
No, I was searching for the button to unmute here. I
No
almost
problem, no problem.
myself.
Go
So,
ahead.
my name is Abelard, but you can call me Abe. Good afternoon, guys on YouTube. I am the proud father of Bononox, my loyal 7-year-old French bulldog, and I am a tech guy too. Actually, I am unemployed, searching for a new job, and I'm here in TNT for improving my English. I think I am here since February of this year. And what else? I am a nerd. So as a nerd, I like to play video games, watch movies, TV shows, and I am beer love too. That's it. That's me.
Nice, nice. Thank you, Abe. So, let's start with the question number one, okay? Have you been concerned about your screen usage before bed? And for example, do you think this use of cell phone before you go to bed, for example, or before you go to sleep, impact your sleep or your quality of sleep on all these ideas? What do you think about that, Julian? I'll start with you.
Um, I use a lot screens in general, cell phone, computer, and I always use before sleep. So sometimes I use my computer, and after when I am in the bed, I use my cell phone. So I think it's bad because sometimes I am very sleep, and I when I and in the bed I get the cell phone and I lost the sleep, because the screen, the light, it's so strong, and I totally lost the sleep. So nowadays I'm worried about this because if I don't have a good time to sleep, my next day is gonna be a little hard, because I'm gonna be very tired. And when you don't sleep in the good right, your day is totally bad, because you are always tired. You don't have excited to do something, animation to do something. So it's totally bad for me. So I need stop to use screen in this time, I think.
Yeah, I totally understand you. Actually, I'm a little bit different, related to fall asleep, because I use a lot cell phone when I go to bed and before I go to sleep. But I don't have problem to fall asleep even using a cell phone, It's like I'm watching some reels on Instagram, for example, before I go to bed, and actually that let me have a lot of sleep, it's kind of different for me. I really don't know why. But actually, the really point for this is actually for me is that I don't know if it is a problem for my quality of sleep. So actually, I think so. I really think so. But I don't have problem to fall asleep. But I think that's impact a lot on my sleep quality. So. But I understand you when you say about it's you get like excited when you are using a cell phone or watching a video or watching actually using social media, for example. And it's hard to go sleep and to fall asleep when you use that. Like I think that most people uh, do that, So it's kind of complicated, and it's pretty related of uh pretty related to your sleep. So as you said, it's complicated because on the other day you have a lot of sleep, and it's hard to study and to concentrate in all this point, So it's a complicated relation with technology and all this stuff, I guess. But yeah, it's hard. And what about you, David? What do you think? How is great?
For me, I usually watch some TV series or a movie or a music concert at night with my daughter at the couch, and every day, every night. Uh, and when I tired, I feel tired. I just turn off my Wi-Fi and mobile data and go to sleep, to go to bed to sleep. But I usually go to sleep after midnight. I'm accustomed to it, to do it, and I'm thinking since my graduation, I got my graduation at night, the classes, and I usually uh, make some work or other stuff about my classes after I come home, and after that always usually go to bed after midnight. But about the time screening, I'm thinking it's not affect me so much. I about my phone, I think I I don't use this too much at night, and I usually to configure uh, a feature about the comfort eye shield. Yeah, having the new smartphones a time, and I used to configure this, but I'm not usually so much at night. I usually much in the during the day.
Amazing, amazing. I would like to be like that, but it's difficult for me not use a lot of time cell phone before I go to sleep. So it's complicated. It's a really complicated point. And what about you, Abe? How is it going for you? How is it for you actually?
Well, I'm similar with Pedrito and Juliano because as a tech guy, I work with screen during all day, and in the free time, I use my cell phone to distract, to have some fun, and to study too. I you actually I use a lot of LinkedIn. It's the professional social media, but I use Instagram too to communicate with my friends and family and watch some fun videos and memes. But I start to worry about this amount of usage of screens around to 2018, I believe, when I had some problems with some health problems, and I am an anxious person. So I decided to do as Pedrito. I configure my cell phone to limit some app times, and I believe Juliano says that the light maybe I forgot the words for atrapalhar. Maybe atrapalha him to sleep. I configured that option too in my cell phone. I don't know how to say how to say the functionality, but the screen appears more yellow. I believe this helped me to uh, to relax more my view, my eyes, and I stopped to use cell phone around 10 or 20 minutes before I go to bed, and I put in the playlist of relaxing music to sleep well. I think this kind of usage of screens, in my opinion, oh my God, I forgot the word to atrapalha. How to say atrapalhar in inglês, people?
I don't know exactly atrapalhar, but I think you can say like impact, impacta on something.
Okay, okay. I believe the cell phone impacts on our uh, sleep health. So I I decided to do that configuration, and I I follow my by an app in my smartwatch my sleep health, and it's improving day by day because I stopped to use cell phone the time before I go to bed. I think.
Yeah, I think that's a difficult point because all of you, actually all of us, we work with technology or we study about technology, and we use a lot of computer and cell phone all the day. We are on using a screen all the day, so it's hard because we study with a gadget like that. We work with a computer, for example, and when you are to have like a relaxed time, we also use a technology. We also use a cell phone, for example. So it's hard. It's so much connection and so much use of technology, and I think that's not always good for you, you know. So it's seems like complicated all this relation that we have with technology and computer and cell phone and all this idea. And actually, in the case that you said about using a social media, for example, it's kind of complicated because we use that for relaxed time, but it can do the opposite, you know, to that can uh, cause anxiety on us and all this stuff. So it's complicated, all this point. We need to balance the use of that. So that's important. It's not only about go to sleep and sleep quality and all this stuff, but it's important about all the points, you know. So it's really complicated, this relation with technology and cell phone and all this point and so on. So it's a complicated point, but yeah, it's important. It's what the point that you and Pedrito said about not using cell phone before bed, or like you try to not use exactly before you go to bed. Maybe 1 hour or 30 minutes before you go to bed, put the cell phone away and do something else, you know. It's important. It's really important and impacts a lot on your sleep, I guess. So let's go to the question number two. It's a point related to that. Uh, have you ever tried keeping screens out your bedroom to improve your sleep? I think Pedrito and Abe said about that, but I would like to know about how was this experience in try to keep screens out of bed, you know, because I guess that's not a really easy point to do. So, how was that for you, Pedro?
Yes, for before sleep, I like to set up my room all dark, mm, without any light, and to sleep. Uh, but I'm I'm not have never have a TV, for example, in the room at the room or in my bedroom, and as I said before, I try to not use the smartphone before go to sleep, and but I usually use more after I wake up in the morning. So I keep my cell phone and uh, uh, set on my Wi-Fi and update my morning. I think my the social media and other stuff at the bed when I wake up. But before I sleep, I don't use. I try don't use and just go to bed to sleep.
Yeah, you know, something crazy. I think it's I really can understand uh the people that don't turn off their Wi-Fi connection, for example, before go to sleep, you know, and keep that connection and all the notifications turn on all the time and pop up, you know. So it's really crazy for me because I can't go to sleep with a notification all the time appearing. And that Wi-Fi connection activated, you know. So for example, my girlfriend does that, and I really I don't understand why and how she can go to sleep with a lot of notifications. So I can't. I always before I go to sleep, I always turn off the Wi-Fi connection and for 4G connection, for example, and I go to sleep. I really can't do that uh,
Yeah,
with a lot of notifications. No.
yeah, me too. And my wife can usually uh, get on this in her cell phone, and I always before sleep I keep her cell phone and turn off to not disturb our our sleep.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand why, but okay. Uh, and how about you, Abe? What do you think about that? How was this experience for you?
Well, I don't have a TV in my bedroom too. I decided to to, I choose to do that when I left my parents' house. I it's I believe since 25, 2005. So I struggle to minimize my cell phone use, as I said before, configuring some functionalities to help me to not use when I go to bed. So this for me, it's a decision made a long time ago, and I try to stop using cell phone at this time of the night to not impact my sleep quality as well.
Amazing, amazing. And how about you, Julian? Have you ever tried keeping screens in a general way out of your bedroom, for example?
Yes, I already tried do it, and I made it and sometimes, but it's very very hard because for example, my day I study a lot. So in very moments I don't have time to leisure for fun, you know, and I think it's important have a balance. So you need to do what you need to do and have time to leisure too. But a lot of days I don't have this time for fun. And when I go to sleep, I think, oh, it's my time. I can, I don't know, open YouTube here or TikTok, Instagram, because I think it's my time to relax, you know. But sometimes I spend more time that I really wanted, you know, and this is the problem because if I get the cell phone and spend 50 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe it's okay, but sometimes I spend 1 hour, you know, and I go sleep midnight because I go to the college uh, s- uh 7 p.m. and I get home I think almost midnight, and I need to take a shower, dinner, and after go sleep. So I think, oh, now it's my time, so I can open the cell phone, see TikTok, Instagram, things like that. So I think it's the problem. That's the reason that I can't really out the cell phone. But I think it's important to have a balance, you know. Of course, it's my time to relax. Yes, it's my time, but just 10 minutes, 15 minutes, not spend 1 hour, you know.
Exactly. I totally feel you because I do the same, you know. I have tried to keep my cell phone away and not using that before I go to sleep, but it's hard, you know. It's for example, I have tried to replace that reading a book with Kindle, for example. but it's a unfair comparison, you know. It is not like the same. Like watching reels and scroll a lot of reels using Instagram, for example, and read a book, you know. So it's a really unfair comparison, and it's hard to keep that. And it's pretty easy to spend like an hour or more using social media and keeping watching videos, for example. So it's a really easy dopamine, you know. So it's hard to change that, right? So it's complicated. I'm trying to do that, but it's hard. And as you said, we study and work a lot of on the day, and when you go to bed you feel like wow, I have this time and it's a relaxed time for me, and I deserve that, you know, like using a cell phone and spend this time having fun, for example. So it's hard to change. It's a really difficult point, but yeah, we try our best. So um let's go to question number three. Have you noticed any changes in your sleep quality after reducing screen time before bed? Or do you think that this impacts a lot on your sleep quality, for example, like reducing not in falling to sleep, but also in sleep quality, you know? Do you think it's impact a lot, for example? I'll start with you, Abe. What do you think about that?
Well, I believe I said about that in previous question, but I I see a great improvement of my sleep quality uh, before after I decided to start to stop using my cell phone when I go to bed. I prefer to put some relaxing music on Spotify and uh, put the cell phone away from bed when I meditate. I I I feel this can help me to manage my anxiety uh, better. So for me, this decision, this act is it's improving a lot of my sleep quality.
Amazing, amazing. And how about you, Pedrito?
Yes, sure, totally agree. And after I prepare, like I said, my bedroom to go to sleep, um, turn off all the things and the lights. I just put my head in the pillow and go and sleep and start sleep. And this is, I think, I I really don't remember when I use the cell phone before to sleep in the bed, but it's a good way to have a good sleep.
Nice. And how about you, Julian? What do you think about that?
Uh, I think yeah, I think so. I could notice uh, a better quality sleep because, like I said before, I spend a lot of time. So when I could stop to use my cell phone, I begin sleep more early, you know, because when you are using your cell phone before sleep, you are using the light in your face and you totally lost the sleep, you know. So when you stop to use the cell phone, you need wait a time for your brain begin want sleep again. So you're gonna wait more time, you know. But when I stopped to use the cell phone, I could prepare my brain the better way to sleep, you know, because I go to the bed and turn off the lights and can sleep better, you know, without the cell phone. So I think it's better.
Nice, nice point. Actually, let me jump to the question number 12. And actually, I want change something about that. So I would like to know about you, what you think related to the relation of technology and screens in a general way before go to sleep, and teenagers and children, So, in a general way, have you thought or what do you think about limiting screen time for children or teenagers uh, based on the effects of screens and before go to sleep, So, Juliano, what do you think about that? What's your opinion?
I really never study studied about it before, but I think what you said before, dopamine, it's a easy dopamine. So it is a problem for any age, but maybe for kids can be more because uh after it's one possibility. I don't know if this really happened, but it's a dopamine. So after the kid can look for another kinds of easy dopamine, you know, and can be very bad for the kids. And the other side is um relation sleep. I don't know the time, the certain time, but I think in midnight, after midnight, we have some, or no, I don't know the name in English, but hormones that that are for the people grow, and it's very important if you are sleeping this time because uh there are a time when these hormones works. So if you are using your cell phone, the kid are using the cell phone in this time, it's gonna be really, really, really bad for them because you need developing your body, your muscle, you know. And this time when the hormones are working, you are awake, are awake, awake. I think awake. So it's totally bad for the kids, So I think we have this two side: the hormone that always works after midnight, and is dopamine. I think is two side.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think the impact of this easy dopamine for children and teenagers are more complicated, because we as adults, for example, we have problem to deal and to handle that use and to limit. We have problem to limit the screen time. For teenagers and children, I think it's more complicated, and impacts a lot on their development and study and all these points. So yeah, actually, I never read about that, but I think it's impact a lot. It's like a certainly point, I guess. But how about you, Pedrito? I know that you have children, so how is that for you?
Yes, I see that before. And now, since I'm a year or two, I use an app to control my daughter's time to screen, and I I usually uh, put a limit until 8 p.m. to her to watch something in a tablet, for example, um, and for her prepare to go to sleep this time because she studied morning and she need to sleep and have this all these things about the complications and is different. I think it's totally different for a kid and for an adult to use a screen at night and all day uh, because we can manage and our addiction, I think. Uh, Even I have an addiction if I had, but I can see that and manage this after. But the children cannot see and cannot manage this, and the all children have to have this control, I think, to develop better your brains and all things, all stuff in this age.
Yeah, exactly. I think this point of screens impact a lot their sleep and the sleep quality, you know. And I think this sleep quality impacts a lot on study and knowledge and like observing information, you know. For them, I think it's more important. So yeah, I think we have a lot of impact on that, and it's complicated the control of that and to handle that and all this stuff. I totally understand. And what about you, Abe? What do you think?
Well, I don't have children, but I see around about the impact of using uh, using screens a lot as children and teenagers uh, it's using today. I believe it was World Health Organization that take a note about this prohibiting cell phones in school, I think. And here in Brazil, the politicians are voting about allow to do that here in Brazil too. So I think this movement it's about uh, follow follow a good way to preserve the health of these children and teenagers. I think so. Yes, I believe screens have a huge impact of teenagers and children health. So this acts as Pedrito said about his daughter. I think this helps to managing this impact. So that's it in my opinion.
Amazing, amazing. So, I think we have time for one more question. So, for do I end the questions, I would like to know about you. What do you think it is the most important point or the most important strategy to achieve this point of keeping screens out of bed and to have more better relation and using a cell phone screens before go to bed and sleep quality and all this stuff, you know. So what do you think, Pedrito, is the most important point, or I don't know, maybe any advice that you want to give for us?
I think for health is all interconnect about our day life and our routine. But I think if I do some exercise more during the day, for example, you can sleep more early and not use the cell phone. Uh, I think, and about other things, but always depends about our day, our work, if I have a problem or something else. But it, as I said, I think is all interconnected, and this is a good point to improve the time.
Amazing, amazing. And how about you, Abe? What can you say for us?
Well, in my case, it's about managing anxiety, but Pedro says a good thing. He he, he shared a good tip to do more exercise activities outside. So let's do that, guys.
Nice, nice point. And how about you, Julian? What do you think?
I think if this is a vicious, I think it's important to stop, but not stop at all. You need, for example, if you, I don't know, use the cell phone 2 hours a day before sleep. So try use the cell phone, but maybe just 1 hour a day, you know? And the other week, 30 minutes a day. After 10 minutes. And after that, after this, you're gonna use 3 days a week, and the other week, 2 days a week. And you're gonna decrease, your activity until you stop, you know? I think it's the better way to stop this because you I don't know the word in English, but you are gonna acostumar disacostumar your body,
Yeah, that's a good point. Define some limits. It's so important, and do that in baby steps and so on. It's important to achieve that. So yeah, I totally agree with you. So guys, we don't have time for one more question. So I would like to send here on the chat the link of the survey. As you know, it's an anonymous survey. You can say what you think about the version and suggest another topic, for example, that you want to talk about. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the conversation, and I hope see you in the next time also. Okay, so thank you, Pedrito, Abe, Juliano. See you in the next time. Bye bye.
See you guys. Have a good
Well,
one.